and reset this bracket. Sonix sitting pretty on his winner's throne, waiting. Only needs three games to be able to be the winner of the CECC Singles Open here. 5K in prizing, gets a nice share of that as well. I mean, both these players are going to get a nice share of that regardless, but who wants it more?
Yeah, we've seen Sonix, like you said, he's been sitting pretty for quite some time. Jakal has gone through the gauntlet.
Yeah.
And this game is looking a lot like the other game ones, and if I'm Sonix, that might be a trap, brother. Let him win.
Yeah. do not let Jakal go down 1-0. We've seen it before, and already what started off as a very, very hot game for Sonix here. Jakal has slowed down the pace a little bit, and Sonix has actually slowed down the pace back to his usual. How does that kill at 78?
Because Jakal is on one today. This guy is an absolute menace onto the server. He's been so good all day long, and it's usually taken a couple games to get his feet under him, start to make the reads, get the adjustments. This time, though, draws first blood on Sonix, but if he, is winning game one a trap? We have yet to find out. I don't know if we're going to find out, but we are going to eventually see how this series plays out. But I mean, what a start, especially on, 78.
Yeah, I know
Wolf moment.
I know Wolf back there is strong. I didn't know it was that strong, and granted, he was a little bit off of the stage there, but he wasn't even at 78 when he hit him. That was the final. Also, the spring just found that kill.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he got the kill at 78. You get the kill with the spring. We're going to kind of...
Nice trade-off. Yeah. It was like 162, but still, just... That was honestly pretty funny to see.
It isn't the boing. That's the best view. Up here, boing.
Boing.
Oh my, Jakal though still in commanding position in this game one, and this might be a brand new Jakal. Maybe he's gonna come out, go for the reset, and tell Sonix that I'm about to shut it down, and he is gonna try to see what he can cook up. And Jakal is gonna draw second blood, 7% only being given over. Sonix right now on the back foot, does have the reset. Obviously, this is a whole series to play out before the reset is ever even gonna be thought about. But Jakal, this is a new man in game one.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't seen
game ones have been pretty bad.
Yeah,
truthfully.
Like actually, we've seen game ones where he's gotten 3 stocks, he's gotten 2 stocks, he's been just on the back foot pretty well all game, and I wouldn't say he's necessarily ahead. In fact, he's down about 100%, but this is not nearly the worst that we've seen a game one, which is saying something considering we've literally just been building up this story the entire game that Jakal loses game one and then absolutely violates afterwards.
Well, maybe he was trying to set a trap for Sonix, then you come out and absolutely blast him in the first game, set the tone for 1, maybe 2 series if it ends up going at the distance. And I like when you play aggressive against Sonix early, you take away that aspect of his game where he can try to stall you out, play a slower game. You get that early lead, you put that pace on him, you can take him out of his comfort zone, make him start to play aggressive, and then you can find those windows to punish.
Yeah, we lead too. Good one for Jakal right now. But 140%, nothing to be trifled with for sure. Gotta find this extra credit where you can. 24%, I don't think it's enough to really feel super valuable, but it's better than nothing at all.
Yeah, anything at this point, especially in the grand final, you're going to take that every single day of the week, and twice on Sunday, since that is today after all. Jakal sitting at 148 right now, only 24 for Sonix, but obviously down the stock right now. Jakal would love to get him up out of here, get this game one win under his belt. Might be a completely new mindset too. He goes and he's like, I'm actually winning 1-0. He's like, I'm holding my own. I think I can take this whole thing. And I mean, after beating so many good players, this guy has to think that he's got the juice to reset and find the dub.
Oh, the side B completely whiffs it there. Tried to go for a bit of a call out, but he's just too far off the stage. That's devastating to see from Jakal because he really hadn't been hit by Sonix too much at that like 143, whatever he was at there. And he was kind of controlling fairly well. Wasn't necessarily hitting Sonix back too much, but they were playing a nice even neutral there, and that's game one. Sonix just playing off stage and kind of utilizing or abusing that.
The trap has been set.
Literally no recovery from Wolf, but that's true. The trap has been set. The 1-0 is on the score line, but it's still Sonix that you're up against, and those side Bs especially. The second stock there, the SD, when you are up a stock, is very, very tough.
Jakal has him right where he wants him.
That's true.
Sonix
Jakal,
is right for the picking going into the next one. Now we're going to see, though, Jakal, you lost game 1. Big surprise. Are you going to boss up in game 2, 3, 4 like you have before? Or is that trend going to be stopped by the 1 seed, by the guy who booked his Grand's ticket with a part of a game 5 banger against Lima in Sonix?
Yeah, Jakal loses game 1. He's like, oh no, as he hides his ginormous grin.
And they're laughing.
But game 2, already looking a little bit Sonix-sided here. Literally, perfect stock so far. Do a bit of camping.
There's still time in game 2.
Yeah, back to
scale.
Sorry, not camping, spin dashing. I do a little bit of spin dashing, and man, I swear, we are definitely into the depths of this grand finals here, because it is empty in here.
When they turn the lights on, it's like when you're at the bar last, turn the lights on, it's like, oh, I've been here for a very long time.
Yeah, we just did last call right now.
Yeah, exactly. We're at last call. Sonix, though, this guy does not want to bother playing a bracket reset. He's played a lot of Smash over the last couple of days. Hours and hours and hours, grinding and grinding for this moment.
I was sick
trying to
Sonix.
get back the win from Crew. Sonix, he was performing very highly as the bracket got on. He got better and better, and this is looking like that prime form Sonix that we saw against Lima.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
he was on one.
Yeah, that one even went to game 5, but it still felt fairly Sonix-sided, at least for a few of those games.
He is cooking.
Yeah, neutral air is the one that kills here. Typically, I mean, how many times have we seen him use neutral air after spin dash? Very rarely, let alone for the kill, but at 170 or 150 or wherever Jakal was at, it's all that's needed in all reality.
Yeah, Jakal, how are you going to adjust now going into the latter stage of Game 2? You've been very, very dominant in these Game 2s. Not only has he been winning, he comes out with his head on fire, and he absolutely takes it to whoever is standing across from him. This time, though, you are running into a buzzsaw that is Sonix, and you've got to be on your A game the entire series to get to the reset, to get to hopefully get yourself to grand finals point. But Sonix right now, it is all him all day.
Stock up a good amount of.
You know the vibes.
Well. Didn't know Sonix became Jamaican after that one, but hey, it is what it is.
It's like Knuckles, right?
Yeah. That's wild.
Either way.
Still, I like how we just kind of waffled for 25 seconds and the game state has not changed at
They
all,
knew.
other than spin dash back and forth from left to right.
We need comedic relief moments between
Yeah.
the action, because
That's
Sonix
true.
right now is just putting the screws to him. He's up 2 stocks, is at 100%, but how hard it is to hit Sonix. It's taking Jakal this long. I'll be quiet.
Yeah,
I'll literally just. I'll shut up.
Jobin, if we've learned
Do you want
anything,
a solo caster
if
rest?
we've learned anything, it's that we can manifest whatever is
You want to
necessary,
solo the rest, or?
which means that a 3-1 coming through first. But
No.
that would only be the craziest part is that would only be a reset, though. He still has to do that again up against Sonix.
Go down 0-1.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Listen, it's all a part of the script. If any last-minute changes get made, don't look at us. Jakal right now, though, great job jostling with Sonix for edge position. A little bit high on the percentage. It's only down to his last stock as well. Is already down 1-0, and Sonix does not need the reset. This guy has been in Grand for time. He's been waiting for this moment. He wants to win, get out of here, collect that check later on, and go have a good time all on his own. Right now, though, clinical Game 2. Jakal has had a couple good moments, but the consistency just hasn't been there that he had earlier.
Ooh, using the up B to his advantage there, too. It's something he hasn't been using on stage too often, but I really like when he uses it to close gaps, find kills, and convert into back airs. Oh, that spring was all that you needed. You know the recovery is lackluster. You know that you can find the gimp. All you need is the spring, and we've seen that multiple times up against Jakal as well, which is the crazy. Yeah, we have literally been blinded from the heavens here.
My tattoos
right
disappear
now.
in the
Actually, Jobin, I didn't know you got laser surgery to remove them, but
yeah, while we're waiting for the games.
yeah, true. Yeah, we had enough time too in those breaks, but man, 2-0 for Sonix right now, and this is grand finals point. This is the championship on the line here, 2-0. Jakal back up against the wall. What do you have in you?
The one good thing I'd love to see, two of the Fisher boys between games smiling, a nice little dap up, chatting it up.
Yeah.
Oh, they always have a good time together. They played together and against each other so much. There, lots of chemistry, great friendship, and obviously lots of Smash skill on display. Love to see that in this grand final. And ultimately, Sonix, the favorite to win, probably coming into the tournament, has ultimately lived up to the name. 1 seed, undisputed, and it looks like he is on the precipice of crowning himself that CECC champion. Open champion.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
Yeah, you can't.
Sensitive topic right now.
That's true. Yeah, you can't discredit that from Winthrop and Lima and the whole squad there, and Anarchy and that whole squad. But meanwhile, in the singles, completely different game. And honestly, it's true. Singles and crews are very different.
Same game.
It is not the same at all because of how you come into the next game still with a few stocks left, however much you had left. Tiers can change a little bit in the crew battles as well. Not too much, but there are a few characters that can definitely shine over there in the crews where they can just pick up early kills.
Yeah, and Sonix is shining bright yet again in this game 3. Jakal, nice little get back finally, was having a bit of a slower start of things. The first 2 games were a bit slower as well. Again, he's had nice moments, but the consistency that he had earlier on when he was making these 1-0 comebacks on cooldown just hasn't really been able to find the same level, and it's partially because Sonic, very hard to track down. Sonix, very hard to track down. The mobility, the timing, it's so hard to find these windows to punish against a player of this caliber who just knows in and out every part of this character.
Yeah, just working the stage exactly how he wants it, using the mobility of this character to his advantage. Nice up B from Jakal, able to catch Sonix off with that one. I thought Sonix was actually gonna snap to the ledge for a second there, but I guess he just didn't make it far enough or just didn't make it in time. And Jakal's able to find that one completely.
Maybe 2-0 was the buff.
Yeah, kind of flipped my expectation. Oh, well, he had to reset, so he had to go down 2 and then win 6 straight.
Oh! That actually makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it perfectly adds up now. It's kind of all just falling into place.
As long as you look at it while closing your eyes and covering your ears, it makes a lot of sense, truthfully. And Jakal, wow, stomp on.
Maybe it does actually make sense because
Stop
Jakal,
talking.
Jakal, 2 on under his belt, 2 stocks, and Sonix only 1 remaining. Luckily, Sonix has a nice wide berth, a nice lead in the series.
Yeah, and right now he's still in position to try to walk away with this game 3 as well. He is still doing extremely well. He is still trying to lock down the rest of this game. Doesn't want to have to go any longer than he has to. Wants to get this all wrapped up and done with. Jakal, though, this is kind of the Jakal we were expecting to see a little bit earlier, putting that offense together, playing fearless, playing on those combos, and now it's on Sonix to find the answer in game 3.
Yeah, because right now, Game 2 is looking locked down by Jakal. I don't want to say it's over necessarily, because you never know what Sonix is going to pull out, like, say, an F-Smash like that. How many times did we see a fully charged F-Smash just hit Lima, and it's just, like, mind-boggling?
Yeah. From all day today, there's been some wild finishes from points that we would never thought it would have been possible before. Sonix evens it up. Championship point potentially for him, 63-0. He's got 1 more wall to crack through, and he will be the champion of the open bracket.
Tournament stock right now, and I don't mean getting knocked out of the tournament. I mean trying to win the tournament. Jakal on the precipice of finding himself 2nd place, but Sonix wants to be the singles champion right now.
He was denied the Cruise Championship. He wants this more than anything today. He's been patiently waiting for his moment to pick apart whoever ends up making it to this 2nd grand final spot. 110 plus. It's looking pretty decent for Jakal, especially the offensive output of this Wolf. Nice little stop and go by Sonix, looking to see if he can keep the offense going. Jakal, though, continuously finding very strong answers.
Yes, Jakal's not done just yet. The back air, does it kill? The DI's still there. He's still alive. Sonix still within this one. Still completely within the possibility of a win here. But Jakal might just be taking this set to a little longer than a 3-0, Sonix. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I think Sonix is looking, I don't want to say looking pretty rough because we know this guy can pop off at the drop of a hat. So I'm going to give him a couple seconds here, see if he can figure something out. But nope, off to the heavens. Game 4, we shall go to see if Jakal can force that elusive Game 5.
Yeah, and hey, maybe the prediction was true. Maybe it was just that he needed to go down 2 games, win 6 straight. That would be crazy. Seeing a 3-2 reset and then a 3-0 finals, but I don't know. Maybe if I just keep saying it, it might happen, and I can just keep getting hyped.
Free money.
No, but for real right now, Jakal somehow just locked in that one at the end. Sonix really looked like he had it, especially. Jakal was ahead in the percent category, the percent kind of situation, but Sonix was just, the spin dashes, it seemed like Jakal couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Jakal is going to make adjustments as series go on. We know he's a smart guy. We've seen him make adaptations all day and all day yesterday, but you still have a very tall task ahead of you. Basically, I think the 3rd ranked player globally in Smash Ultimate in Sonix. So you've got the world in front of you, but you also have an amazing opportunity to do something crazy tonight.
That's true. Oh, homing attack off the side, barely
Sonix
even.
said, I'm done playing.
Yeah, that's the Sonix that we're kind of expecting to come into this one, and that's exactly what we saw immediately at the starting of the set, too, if you remember that.
Oh, Sonix is mad.
Yeah. He might be done. He's like, hold on, 3-1. That wasn't in the script, Jakal.
2-1, you know the vibes. I'm going to smash you in Game 4, and I'm going to take this championship. Sorry, Friendly Fire, go to the same school. That's all. Well, we'll play some friendlies back at the hotel later. But when we're playing for cold, hard cash and glory in this CECC Texas Made Madness event, I want that championship. I want it all to myself. And now after that 1-game loss, it looks like our Sonix has made every adjustment necessary. And this is a clinical performance, but Jakal gets it back.
Boom, right there. That's going to be the side B. Nice little spike. Perfect hit on that one as well. But does that stop Sonix? No, it does not, because he comes back in, barely takes any percent once again, and finds another stock for himself. Once again, Jakal 1 stock away from being knocked out of this grand finals, and Sonix is looking to make this one his, looking to take home all the glory here in the singles bracket.
Sonix looking to collect all the Chaos Emeralds and go supersonic, but Jakal, he's going to make it interesting. We're going down to the last stock of this game. Will we be seeing that elusive Game 5 for Jakal? 90% on him. Sonix sitting at a crisp, clean 0. Can he find the finish?
Jakal has to play near perfectly here, because we know Sonix hits like a spin dash or something relatively close to the ledge, and that forward air is close to follow. Whether it be a forward air or an up air maybe after an up B, Sonix has so many options open to him to kill, but has been really, really fond of the forward air, specifically in this series.
And Jakal knows, because he's basically on death's door, he has to try to get damage on Sonix, but he has to play so defensive because he knows what can happen if he gets caught slipping. And Sonix has caught him a couple of times. Jakal, 111 plus. Sonix still at 0 all the way through. 4 minutes left on the clock. We're going to see. I don't think he's going to have to time out the 4 minutes right now, but you know he's just trying to play a methodical, slow game, take what's given to him, not overextend, and secure the championship.
Hey, still, I mean, we may have not seen really a hit in the past few seconds. There was a few stray ones over to Jakal, but I guess the timeout's still possible. 4 minutes is a long time to want to do that. But we did see that Sonix was more than willing to do it up against Regalo.
Yeah, I just feel like the fact that Jakal's at 111, although...
Yeah, just waiting.
Go for the chip damage. Yeah, just wait for that right window and then just hit the go button.
Yeah, because eventually Jakal...
He's got to try to do something.
He will get impatient eventually, because he's going to lose if he gets timed out. So you have to at least make some kind of play. That side B being the only thing that's hit. One more hit away from greatness. Sonix, you are so close right now. Somehow that forward tilt doesn't even hit it. I swear we've seen that boot kill
there
so
it is,
much earlier.
Spring.
The spring to finish it off, more than fitting. And on this weekend, a new champion has been crowned. Sonix, a little bit of redemption from the crew battles earlier, is able to take the victory in the grand finals. Nice 3-1 fashion, and shout out to Jakal for being able to clutch out Game 3, though.
Biggest shout out to Jakal. This guy was down every single series